Okay, hello. Welcome to another video. So today I wanted to talk about why I think just be yourself is actually kind of good advice. Now, just be yourself is, at least from what I've seen, people love to bash on that as kind of a really easy to dish out kind of crappy piece of advice. And yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that advice, and it does kind of suck sometimes. But I actually think maybe there's a reason it's repeated so much, because I feel like it's actually better than you might realize, and it's easy to dismiss. Now, I'll caveat this. It is terrible advice if you're a bad person. But the truth is, you're not a bad person. You're not a bad person, okay? That's really hard to believe, but trust me, you're not a bad person. You're a good person. And you need to learn to believe that and actually say that to yourself. And when other people say it to you, you need to fucking internalize that shit. Get it in your brain, get it in your body, get it in your bones, get it in your bloodstream. You're not a bad person. If you genuinely are a bad person, I don't think you are, on the balance of probabilities, then you've got the work to do. But for 99% of people, I don't think you're as bad as you think that you really are. And so let's talk about just be yourself. Because what's the opposite of just being yourself? Well, it's not being yourself. So it's being inauthentic, changing yourself for people. Why do we want to do that? Well, you might really, really like someone. You might really, really want to impress, a group of people. So you try and pretend to be something that you're not. And there's a funny thing about this, is because doing that, you think that changing yourself, or perhaps molding yourself slightly to be more what you think someone wants, that's inherently dishonest. It's dishonest to yourself, to your spirit, to your core, to your true self. And it's also dishonest to the person that you're talking to. Whether that's a potential love interest or a potential friend or whatever. Say that you pretend to be someone else and it goes really well and they really like you. You go home, you may not even realize it consciously, but somewhere deep down, your mind knows they don't like the real you. They like this charade that you have decided to act out when you spend time with that person. And what I would challenge you is, how confident are you can keep that up? Say it's a woman or a man, and you end up dating them. How long are you going to be able to keep up that act when you date them? A year? Longer? I don't think so. Because at some point, that act is going to get tiring. It's very tiring to pretend to be something you're not. Because nothing will come naturally for you. Because everything has to pass through the filter. Now, of course, I know that's perhaps a little bit extreme. Nobody completely changes themselves. Well, most people don't. You tweak the little small things. But even those little micro adjustments, sometimes necessary. Okay, at work, yeah, don't go spouting off extreme political opinions. There's a time and a place. That's not what this is about. This is about hiding your true self, not being honest about what you really believe in. Choosing to be yourself. This is the flip side now. Okay, what if you just choose to be yourself? Well, choosing to be yourself it's an act of self-love, because you are choosing your true self. You're choosing who you really are as a person. And that takes balls. That takes guts to be who you are and be upfront about that and put that onto the world. But if you do that and you have that leap of faith, that leap of confidence, then you know, if you meet someone and you make friends, they like you for who you are. And there isn't going to come a day where the ruse will fall and they suddenly won't want to be around you anymore. You don't have to worry about that. You just get to be yourself. You get to relax and not have to pretend to be something you're not. And the irony about this is there's a loop here. There's a chain that happens when you pretend, like that diagram. There's a chain that happens when you pretend to be something you're not. And here's how it goes. You meet someone, potential partner, love interest, or friends, whatever. And you change yourself. You don't act authentically. In hopes to impress, that they might fall in love with you, or they might want to be your friend, or they think you're cool, whatever. You try all this stuff. And maybe it goes, they might not like, you might roll the dice on this. What you think they want might be wrong. They might just not like the charade that you put up. Okay, well, you fucked it already. Or say they like it. Say you got a good idea of what you think they want. And they like it, and they like it, and like it. And then eventually you slip up. Whatever you pretend to be, it doesn't quite add up. It doesn't quite feel real. Because don't forget, you can spot it too. There's something in you that can just tell when someone's being inauthentic, where there's something false, or something not real. You can tell. You can tell. And it may not be conscious, but somewhere subconscious, they'll know that you're lying to them, or that you're not quite everything that you say you are. And eventually that feeling, they may not consciously ever say to you, you're bullshitting me, or something's not right about you. But because it's not always that extreme. But the point I'm making is eventually they figure it out. Or perhaps the relationship or the friendship just runs its course naturally. Or say they hurt you. So it all goes kaput. It all goes. And you sit there and you think, well, they showed their true colors. You know, it was a good thing. I was pretending or censoring yourself. Because look, I couldn't trust them. I couldn't have been who I really was. Couldn't have been truly vulnerable. Because look, they hurt me. And so you think, well, I'll continue the cycle. No. Wrong. It takes guts to take a leap of faith, to be yourself in the world. You have to do that for yourself first. You have to take that act of self-love for someone to really discover you and see you. Because that strategy won't work, my friend. It will not work. I've tried it many times. The only thing that works is being truly authentic and truly living your life the way you want to live it. Wouldn't it be better to just show up and just be you? You don't have to think. Just be you. Just say what you feel. Promise you it's better. Promise you that. And here's the real kicker. Is it sexier to show up into the world? Is it cooler, vulnerable, authentic as yourself? This is who I am, you know? You might have some weird interests, whatever. If you own it, you know, that's power in your pocket. But if you hide what you really love and who you really are, what you truly think, what you truly feel, what you really want to say to the people around you, then you're acting in fear of what people might say. You don't even know what they're going to say unless you take the leap of faith to just be yourself and to do the thing, just to be you. So you are censoring your whole life. You're censoring your existence, the transference of your soul into the universe, into the world around you. You're stopping all of that. You're hiding yourself inside some shell, some protective case, based on what you think someone might say. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Don't do it. Give yourself the love you deserve. Take the leap of faith. It might sting at first, and it's not always going to be good. It's the same as if you pretend to be someone else, but at least you know if they don't like you, they don't like you for who you really are. So you don't have the doubt in your back of your head, like, what if I wasn't a bullshitter and wasn't trying to pretend to be something I'm not, and I was just myself? Maybe they would have liked me. Maybe they would have wanted to be friends with me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. At least you know. At least you know. That's it. That's it. So be yourself. Love yourself. Take that leap of faith to love yourself into this new year. That is my TED Talk over. Have a lovely evening. Good night.